Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvada. Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Deva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sarva Mangala Mangalde Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita. Namaste 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 Namo Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya. Welcome to Nitya Satsang. Today is the 10th of September 2025. I want to offer my prostrations to all the great sages and to Paramatma Bhagwan residing in the heart of all beings at all times. We are continuing to illustrate and examine the glory of the 10th bhakti, that is Prema Bhakti or Prem Lakshana Bhakti, and at the same time to examine the state of Mukta, of a Jivan Mukta, of a liberated being. As we have been saying, and as it is well understood in the Sanatan Dharma, a Jivan Mukta is an individual who, though still embodied, there's a body, mind, senses, everything is there, has realized the ultimate truth, is a liberated being, is a mukta, has realized moksha. Unlike Videhi Mukti, meaning after leaving the body, Jivan Mukti is freedom in the midst of life. So it is freedom, total freedom in the whole framework of living our life. That is the most beautiful way to live life. It is a life of complete freedom from inside. Jivan Mukti is also the fruition of Parabhakti. When supreme devotion, that 10th bhakti opens up, that is where that fruit, the fruit of the entire spiritual process, is a liberated state. It is also called the Advaitic realization, non-dual realization. Both resolve into the same freedom. Now, when we say freedom, what are we talking about? Does it mean freedom to just do whatever you want to do? And, it's not like that. See if I can clarify that a little bit further. When the word freedom is used, it means one is free from the intra-psychic binding. That's the freedom. It is not the freedom to take desires, thoughts, emotions, memory, desires, and just run with them in 1,000 directions. That's bondage. That is bandhane. Our ichhas, our desires. Many people act that way. Whatever desire props up, we want to fulfill it. Every desire we want fulfilled. One fulfilled, another one, another one, another one. One gets fulfilled, 5 pop up, 10 pop up. It just goes on. That is a chain that just goes on. And that is considered to be freedom by most of the people in the world. And that will give experience of the material world. You have to put a lot of effort and time and money and so many things to try to fulfill those desires. Yes, but what kind of freedom is that? There is a freedom in terms of material experience. I mean, I've given this example before. If you want to take world tours, people like to take these world tours, right? Okay. Cruise ships and fancy places and fancy restaurants. What do you need for that? What do we need to do that? We have to have a physical body that can do that, first of all. Mind should be very, it should be steady and all that. You need money also, a lot of money to do that. Good amount of it. So those points are there. The desires are, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go there. Is that a type of freedom? Of course it is. It's a type of freedom in the material world. Yes. Does that mean there's internal freedom? There could be, but there may not be also. If an individual is just rolling around in the material world trying to expand the experiences, then one is getting more and more lost inside the material world. Please understand, that doesn't mean we shouldn't have experiences of the material world. That's not what we're saying. No. We take trips, we go to see different people. Yes, everything. If the opportunity is such, if that is the circumstance, even if some desire is there that we want to experience these things, fine. But what is inner freedom? Antarik swatantrata. Let's see this distinction between antarik, meaning internal freedom, antar ki swatantrata, versus this word paratantra. Maybe we talked about it before. Paratantra means dependency. If these 20 things happen, I have a to-do list, fine, we have all that. But if they happen, then I am happy. Then I am free. Then that kind of thing is there usually in most people's lives. Everyone is actually trying to get to a state of freedom. Everybody is. Why do people go to school and college and all that? Because they want a very excellent job. But why do they want an excellent job? Or the excellent business? Because they want a lot of money. But why do they want that? So that they can buy anything they want. They can go anywhere. Why do you want that? Because you want good quality experiences in life. Okay? Well, why is that? Because they feel very good. So one can I can do whatever I want to do. To do that, I have to have a lot of money. I have to have excellent health. I have to have good friend circles. I have to have this and that. And then I want name and position, and then I'm free. This is the material world. This is how the material world works. And this is what the people in the material world are chasing after. They're chasing after the objects of the senses, chasing after pleasures of the body, pleasures of the mind and of the body. And then after both of those are done, they're chasing after, the position. Like you see that all the time with politicians. Don't want to name anybody, but that's the way it goes. Kanchan Kamini Kirti. Kirti means what? I need to be appreciated. I want a position. Someone who is quite wealthy and other things like that. Bhog bahut ho gaya, tours sab ho gaye, sab kuch ho gaya. It's all become saturated. I want to be the governor. I want to be the mayor. I want to be the governor. Run for governor. That position, that wanting to be praised. Maha Agnan. These people can never get mukti. Never. Not in a billion years. Anybody who wants a position, finished. The doorway into mukti is finished. If you want the position as a seva, then that's fine. That is dharma. Niyam dharma. It's fine. It's beautiful. एक सेवा दृष्टि से position को want that, and if it comes, fine. If it doesn't come, fine. But if somebody wants a position somewhere in the material world, they will be stuck for millions of lifetimes, not just 1 or 2 lifetimes, because you'll be chasing that. Oh, ichha is not easy to fulfill. People run for president and all. They run again and again and again. Why is that? Eventually, God will fulfill their will. This lifetime, 5 lifetimes, 10 lifetimes. Nahi to, and if the vasanas are so severe, don't worry, you'll become a queen ant. Bhagavan Krishna will make the Jivatma, give him a queen ant. You want to be the big leader? Be a leader of all these ants. Don't worry. I'll give you what you want. Think about this. विचार करने जैसी बात है. क्या चाहिए हमारे जीवन? What we are wanting. And this thing about position and power, wanting that to overrun somebody, to control others, that will lead straight into an ant body. There are quite a few in the ant kingdom, bug kingdom. Bhagwan कहते आपको वो चाहिए, go ahead. Or even in the human kingdom. At some point, if a certain amount of dharma is there, depending on the type of karma, and then that person eventually will get that position for some time and then fall straight down, completely back into the garbhavas, lakchaurashi. Kshinya punya mrutya loke vishanti. क्या माया है. जीवन मुक्त की बात हम रोज एवरीडे कर रहे हैं. All of you are coming online. ये भगवान की असीम दया है. That we have all of us, especially this Sachin here, Bhakta, to try to understand these things even. ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. We don't realize what the dangers are of chasing these material experiences. स्त्री पुरुष की आसक्ति. In Gujarati we say स्त्री पुरुष ની आसक्ति. The sexual stuff that goes on. That will another one of those things. It will damage the Kundalini Shakti straight below Muladhara Chakra and throw the Jivatma into the lower life forms. This of pornography and all these things which are there. Itna damage hota hai Kundalini Shakti ko. It damages the brain, damages the mind, damages our experiences, damages relationships, it's an intense hedonic circuitry of the brain. It's not freedom. It is a massive illness, in fact, sickness, addictions, all the addictions. वो क्या है? Is that freedom? But it's a search for freedom. People who take ecstasy and methamphetamine, and they feel they're trying to shut out all the disturbances to get some qualitative experience. But those experiences in the material condition are always limited. And one becomes dependent. Dependency is so intense, cigarettes and alcohol, and even with relationships and all that. Dependency is terrible. The dependency, paratantra. So Jivan Mukta is out of all of this. Is living in the world as a seva. Not chasing anything, but not rejecting experiences, but keeping a certain boundary. That's it. But a Jivan Mukta is one who has realized the art of remaining continuously free. It is an art. It is an art. I'm going to show you a list here. So let me just bear with me just for a moment, please. And if you have any comments or questions, we'll have time afterwards. It's absolutely beautiful. Bahut hi sundar baat hai. What are the characteristics? Look at this. Look at point number 2 here. As far as the Tanda Bhakti is concerned, freedom amidst karma. Prarabdha karma may continue to unfold, but it no longer binds. Life is lived without compulsion. There's 5 points here. Equanimity, praise, blame, gain, loss, pleasure, pain do not disturb the baseline awareness, that is chit. We'll go through these. Spontaneous compassion. Service, seva, flows without calculation. That's a big one. We're always calculating in life. If I do this much, what will I get from that? We're always wanting something. Okay, maybe. But then we're also calculating, well, I did this much seva, this much. Itni seva ki hai. So that calculation comes. But in a Jivan Mukta state, it is seva, service. Service flows day to day, hour to hour, without calculation. Tenderness in the heart is a reflex of one's natural being. How beautiful. Look at these qualities. A clarity of action. Decisions arise without rumination. That's a huge point. We could spend hours talking about that. Rumination meaning they're overthinking this thing, and then making some ahankar-based decision. No. Decision flows, the clarity. This is the right thing to do. It comes right from inside. Clarity of action. We talked about it either here or maybe in the Angel Wing program somewhere about the man karma vachan. Physical, mental, I think it was yesterday. Physical, mental, and the verbal. Right? We talked about this here also. These actions, they flow without rumination. Amazing. Moral salience. Salience means the wanting of highest ethics. To live a very ethical, kaisi bani bol, how to speak this language, sweet words, beneficial words, helpful words, not hurting another person's, being very patient with a lot of bhav and love. This is called moral salience. The word salience. It's a word. It's a technical word in psychology. It refers to the significance that we give to the action and the quality of that. It's the wanting of the experience. I can say I want to speak very good quality language. That is verbal salience. But that verbal salience comes out of my sense of morality. That is what we call dharma. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So all of these points, they are written here to illustrate the characteristics of a Jivan Mukta. As a Sachin can say that that's me. All of these points, and we're making a recording here, We can listen to it again and say that, yeah, look at, is that happening in my life? How do I get to that? What do I need to do to have clarity of action? A clarity of action is where decisions arise without rumination. Moral salience is vivid. Vivid meaning it's extremely clear what I need to do in my life. The steps to be taken are absolutely clear in the case of a Jivan Mukta. Moral salience is vivid. Moral salience is effortless, meaning that it's spontaneous. The ethics flows, and there is calmness, sthirta, shanti. See how these qualities come together. Every line that is here, it is filled with wisdom. Every single word, every single line, there's quite a few number of notes here. But take a look at them and you will see. And I'll eventually have some publication done with all of this in the future sometime. It's a playfulness. The world is seen as lila. Yes, that is a high vision. Well, again, we'll have to spend some time on it in the future. It is flow of energy, flow of lila. Serious without heaviness. Light without frivolity. There's a lightness inside, but it's not saying who cares and being frivolous. No. These are 5 points, characteristics of a Jivan Mukta. Amazing. Beautiful. It's a matter of meditation. To meditate on the language. That yes, whatever prarabdha may be there, but as we mentioned the other day, don't worry about prarabdha karma. Bhagwan ke sharan mein jana. See, when we go completely at the feet of Bhagwan, then there is no more force left of karma at all. Everything is His will. We don't have to worry about anything. Just stay inside 9 forms of devotion. So 9 forms of devotion are continuing without any type of resistance. That is a big thing. But to get them to flow hour to hour, minute to minute, day to day, without internal resistance is a huge condition. Let's talk about that for a moment, how that's done. Generally, what tends to happen in our sadhana time, we perform, we do mantra sadhana, then we do some arti, then we do some bhajan, then we do some manan chintan, we do darshan of the murti, katha shravan, different realms of bhakti. And then we do our regular activities in life as seva. But that's a big one, Whatever action, worldly action is done only as seva. Everything, going to work is seva. Coming home is seva. Seva. Only seva. And nothing else. See, even going to work, let's say, whatever the job is, it doesn't make any difference what the job is. We go there, how do we go there? We go there with the thought, I'm going here, why? So I can get a paycheck. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, obviously we need money, right? We cannot live in this world. That's a means of exchange. But change the attitude that I'm going into a temple. Is it possible? Yes. I'm doing seva. Whenever we go into these religious organizations, they always use the word seva or service. Even in Christianity, Judaism, everywhere. What is the service you're going to be doing today? Seva. Nobody says inside there, we're going there inside there to do a job. Even clean the floor, wipe the floor, serve food, cut vegetables in Bhagwan ke mandiro mein. Which word do we use? We say seva. What seva you will do? What seva can you give me? Oh my God, kitna bada bhagya hai, ye seva mil gayi. Mandiro mein we think this way. Do we think this way at home? Do we think this way at job? Do we think this way walking in a park? Do we think this way going to somebody's birthday party? Is it possible? That is what Jivan Mukta is all about. Anywhere we go, everywhere we go, there is Jivan Mukta Sthiti. Mukta Sthiti hai. There's no coming out of that liberated state. And that is the greatest contemplation. What is that? How can that be? Without getting drawn into the vortex of the Maya, and at the same time being liberated, at the same time having a certain amount of interaction. See these points. Interaction with others, remaining completely uplifted into the mukta state, without getting entangled, but interacting. Without raga and dvesha, with love and compassion in context. The others may not even know what is the sthiti inside. It is the art of remaining free. It is the science of remaining free, liberated, and maintaining that lila vision, that divine vision everywhere. Is it possible? Think about this. Try an experiment. Go to a Hindu mandir, because most of the people here are from Indian tradition. Go to any temple. Spend good 30 minutes there with seva bhav, bhakti bhav. See the environment and all that. Kitna adbhut baat hai. And then bring yourself, ask Bhagwan and Guru Parampara, if there, whatever Parampara there is, for blessing. That I am a mukta. Main mukta hi hu. Okay. Do the pradikshana, danvat, 9 forms of devotion. You can do all 9 forms of devotion inside the mandir. Karo, half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever. And then when you are putting the shoes on and coming out, you are up mandir mein hi ho. There's no coming out. Bring the mind into that alignment. Bhagwan mere sathi, main mandir mein hi hu. Main hi swayam mandir hu. And then the scenery changes, things change as we leave the physical place. But not consciousness. And then as the experiences change, that jnanam remains. Vritti, yes, even our thoughts, they go in different places. They need to. But that mukta state, that internal bond and connection with Bhagwan doesn't change at all. And then the mukta believes, wherever I go, there is liberation. Then if you have to go to the restaurant or to the mall or for shopping or anywhere you go, the play of Leela, the play of Maya, the play of God is there. Yes, the normal, usual interaction, but that internal mukta state is not lost for even a second. That is called Jivan Mukta, which has 3 things here. The Jivan Mukta ki sthiti, that remains. The second thing that remains is interaction with the world outside, not an escape from the world. There's interaction. There isn't telling people Gita shloks upon Gita shloks and stuff like that. Interacting with people in their own way, but as a lila. And the third point is that there is no binding in the action, in the interaction with the outside world. Binding nahi hai, bandhan nahi hai. There's no binding. When there's no binding in the action with others, with everybody, you are Jivan Mukta. The moment we get bound inside, then we fall straight down into the mud of Maya. That's the difference. And that's the sadhana. The art and science of remaining continuously free. Wow. All energies are aligned. All energies are harmonious. Everything is there. Bhagwan ke saath connection, that connection is never lost. You see that same Paramatma in everyone. That is a sadhana. It is a deliberate, effortful sadhana. It is not like you're touching people's feet or anything like that. Just anybody at random. But it is just a vision. Ek drishti hai, ek bhav hai. The quick Shri Ram, quick Sri Krishna, Shri Radha, Narayana. Bas itna hi ek bolna, see the Narayana, see the Paramatma, and continue. That link is not lost. The moment the link, the vritti, is disconnected with Paramatma, because we can connect one part of our vritti always linked with Paramatma. It's possible. Why not? It doesn't mean you're chanting mantras all the time, but there is a background vritti that is always connected. Just like, for example, with our relationships, we have connection with our family members and others. Somewhere there's a continuous connection. It's like that. So when there is a continuous connection established, then that remains. One interacts. The interaction is without attachments, without getting lost, without getting energetically damaged, without getting bound at all. And so action without binding is love. Action with binding is not love. There is a sense of me and I and this and that, and it's getting lost inside that activity, inside that individual's life. But interaction without entanglement is pure love. Interaction with others, people, places, objects, with the sense of this is mine and this is yours and this is this and this is that, likes, dislikes, all that stuff, that will bind. That is a binding interaction, is bound interaction. That viveka, is it clear inside? That's the question. Sometimes it happens like when we're driving a car, right? Driving a car and somebody cuts us off, and they are, they see, they might, make some hand gesture or do something like that. What is our reaction? We have and then we do not forget that thing. We come home and we're still upset about it. That somebody did this and this. Our mind goes on. See, that's not freedom. That person did that. Let them go in their way. Keep your distance from them. Sri Krishnaya Namaha. Wish well for them. That's even the next step. Wish well for that person. Art of remaining free. See, small things like this, but they're not small. We think, isme kya badi baat? Somebody did this. I have a little bit of an upset, getting upset. No, getting a little bit upset, getting a little bit disturbed. It takes one out of that freed state. It causes a lot of binding inside, and it disturbs the bhakti. Not to disturb bhakti. Not to disturb it. Bhakti is very, very, very special. Very rare. वो नहीं मिलती किसी को. बहुत कुछ मिलता है संसार में. बहुत कुछ मिलता है. मिल सकता है. भक्ति नहीं मिलती. Real भक्ति, हाँ. भक्ति देवी, वो देवी है. And when she comes, if she comes in our lives, that is Shri Radhika ji. If she actually comes in our life, there is nothing like that. There cannot be. How there can be? It is uninterrupted love. It is uninterrupted joy. It is the highest anubhav that doesn't ever break. Iska koi varnan nahi. There's no way to even describe it adequately. There are thousands of scriptures and verses upon verses upon verses written by acharyas upon acharyas to try to even explain it, because they cannot hold that jnana inside. They have to let it out. They cannot hold it. Amazing scriptures are there. Amazing scriptures on bhakti itself. Why so much is written about it? That writing about bhakti in Sanskrit or other languages is also bhakti. It is through the great liberated sages that the exposition of bhakti has happened. Gunatitanand Swami ji kehte in Gujarati, Shastra che te karya che, mota che te karan che. Mota meaning the big enlightened sages. They are the cause of what is written in the script. Cause meaning God is the cause. But through the sages, they have written. Why they have written so much? Why they didn't just stay in a state of bhakti? Because they are impelled. They are the force of God is inside of them to bring this thing out and put it out there to the world. They cannot hold that for them, cannot hold it inside. They have to express it. Narad Bhakti Sutras. Well, look at them. He's the one who wrote. He's a great devotee. Bhagwan ka man kehte hai, Narad ji. How do we understand this? They cannot hold it inside. बहुत शास्त्र है भक्ति, भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु. Adbhut. Amazing scriptures are there. Bhagavatam itself is a whole bhakti shastra. वो भगवान का वांग्मय स्वरूप है. Bhagavad Gita itself. These extraordinary scriptures, they came out of the heart of the sages. Gnaneshwari. Every single Mahan scripture, it is the expression of bhakti. Tulsi Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas. Right? He cannot hold inside. Has to bring out. And that is the extraordinary sthiti. We are already at 8:59, so I'll do the closing mantra. Just one more point, that when a decision is made, it's very simple in one sense. Make one decision today. I am a mukta. Just stay with that. Don't come out of that under any circumstances. Believe it strongly. Feel it strongly. Identify with that. Go through these recordings. I have to still load the whole last week. I'm sorry about the delay, but I'm going to try to do that today. Go through the past recordings. Make your own notes. Do your own research. There's lots of audios and videos online from so many teachers. And get into that state of mukta. Start with that belief and get into that and don't come out of it. Have the courage to not fall down into the mud of the three gunas of Maya. Have that courage. I'm telling, this mind is telling this mind. Have that courage. Who can deflect us? Nobody. Kisi ki bhi taakat nahi hai that anybody can deflect such a bhakta. Kisi ki bhi nahi. Because Bhagwan स्वयं वो भक्त की रक्षा में आते हैं. That is a guarantee. It's not, Sachin is not giving the guarantee. That guarantee is coming from thousands of years of hundreds of gurus and teachers and scriptures. It is a guarantee. When we decide that we are a mukta and we are with Paramatma, the magic begins. You see what happens. Hari Om. Sarva Mangal Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharane Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Mahalakshmi Rupena Samstita Namastasei 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 Namo Namah Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam Pujamulam Gurur Padam Mokshamulam Gurur Krupa Tameva Mata Chipita Tameva Bandhusha Saka Tameva Vidya Dravinam Tameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Namo Narayanaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Radha Krishnaya Namo Namah. Om Aim Rim Klim Chamundaye Viche Swaha. Durge Durge Rakshini Tha Tha Swaha. Shri Durga Arpanamastu. Om Rim Swaha.